Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of Beyond Sports. I'm back,
He's
but
back.
Sam's gone.
I know. We get one back, we lose another.
Yeah. Hey, that's all right. We all have lives.
Yeah.
At least
Shit
we're still pumping them out.
So
Right.
bad opinions.
Yeah. He got canceled. No, I was kidding. Anyway, let's get into it, boys. We're gonna start out the night with a little Jim Brown talk.
Yeah.
Lost a good one.
He's like the OG. I mean,
Yeah.
he's like the running back.
Yeah. Great football player, great activist.
Yeah.
So it's a big hole in the community there, but
All right. So just a few facts about Jim Brown. Only played 118 games. But he's still among the leaders all time in rushing average. He's third. Rushing touchdowns, he's sixth, and rushing yards 11th.
Yeah, 12,312 yards.
Yeah, to still be on NFL record lists in this day and age means you put up some massive goddamn numbers.
yeah, you were a monster
Yeah.
amongst men.
A lot of
The
awards
way
too.
offense has exploded these days, like everybody's getting lapped over. And no, he's not leading anymore, but to still be top 10 and all in those things
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, ridiculous. Like to give you an idea of how much he dominated.
Yeah, he was the thing.
Yeah, he led the NFL in rushing in 8 of his 9 seasons. Led the league in touchdowns 5 seasons.
In 9 seasons, he never missed a game, and he won 3 MVPs and a title. Like crazy.
In
For a
those
running back, not to
those
miss a
days,
game?
never missed a game.
Yeah.
Dude.
When dudes were delivering elbows to you.
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
that's
And he looks every bit the part of the tough motherfucker that would not miss a game.
We're gonna start the rest of the show out with NBA first.
Yeah.
So let's get on that. Nuggets are 3-0 up on the Lakers. Can LeBron turn around and do something that hasn't happened in history?
You see, like this, the whole team just looks gassed.
Yeah. I mean, D'Angelo Russell's providing absolutely nothing. Him and Schroeder are combining for 8. They combined for 8 points in game 3.
Wow.
8 points from your two
Russell
starting.
only hit one shot, didn't he?
He had 3 points. Yeah, he had 3 points. So
1 for 6 from the 3 and 1 for 8 the whole game.
And he's not taking care of the ball. He's not playing good defense. They asked Bruce Brown, they go, what's the Nuggets strategy? And he goes, to attack D'Angelo Russell. Anytime he's on the court, we attack. That's who we're going at. Like, absolutely. Like, it's obvious.
I mean,
I like that the Nuggets coach came at the media.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was kind of a bullshit thing to do. He was right. Like everybody in the world was like, "Oh, that was the best loss the Lakers could have had." And
yeah, they didn't talk anything about how the win.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike Malone's made a fan of me, and with his post game speech is like after game 3, him talking about Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray, man.
That little snippet, he was like talking about when Jamal got hurt. Like Jamal was on the plane, like upset, and he's like, "So you guys are gonna trade me now, right?" Like, and he was like, "Why would we trade you? Like, you're our guy." Like, and that they just after that injury they stuck with him, and this is the player they drafted 7 years ago, and he's playing outrageous. Jamal Murray is blowing my mind these last couple games.
Yeah, man, the second half of the first game was some of the worst basketball I've ever seen. Like nobody could hit a shot.
Yeah.
on either team. It was brutal. And then yeah, the Nuggets just exploded
Yeah, I mean,
out of nowhere.
because you sit there and you can
I mean,
have a
shooter
game three,
Hallmark
you
misses, and then it makes.
yeah, in game 3 you sit there and you're like, yeah, we held Jokic to what, 4 of 14 on the day, and Jamal
Yeah.
Murray goes for 30 in the first half. So yeah, I mean, you can stop Jokic from scoring, but he's still facilitating, playing solid defense, picking up cheap fouls on your guys. Dude, they're a brutal matchup.
Yeah.
It's crazy to see the Nuggets actually making it. You know,
Yeah. I mean, so what? Only their third time being in the conference finals. They were there with Carmelo Anthony, I think 04,
yeah.
05. And then no, I think it's 09. It was 09.
What's the number of teams that are down 3-0? They're 0-49.
Yeah, I mean, no teams ever come back, and now we have two teams,
Yeah.
the two most decorated teams in NBA history, with their backs against the wall.
Which team do you think would be like if one was going to do it? Which one was more likely? You think?
Lakers.
Yeah, I think so.
They're a better coach team. There's no chance for the Celtics. They have the players don't. They have no will left.
Yeah,
Like that game 3 was
that was pretty.
there was never a moment. There was like you're sitting in the first quarter, like the first Al Horford hit a 3 to put him up, I think 12-9, and you're like, there's a chance this is gonna be Boston's game, and then Miami. After that, you're just like, nope, this game's fucking over.
Yeah.
Marcus Smart's picking up stupid fouls. Duncan Robinson.
Tatum's been hit or miss too.
Yeah,
Like,
Duncan Robinson.
They're trying-
Robinson. At one point, the Celtics had 37 points, and the undrafted players by the Miami Heat had 37 points.
Wow.
That's just the undrafted players, the players that nobody wanted. But only Miami was like, okay, we'll give you a shot.
And then they're out there trying to get Jimmy Butler mad.
Yeah, dude. What? And it's a bench player. It's Grant Williams, who had played in 0 playoff games up until this point. He hadn't even played until that point, and he hits one shot, and he thinks he's the king of the world.
Yeah,
Like, at least
basketball doesn't really have enforcers.
yeah, I'm like, Dylan Brooks was a starter at least.
Right.
At least.
So, go
It's
ahead.
kind of embarrassing to go out there and talk shit like that.
Oh, dude, and even in game 3, there was one point when Jimmy Butler went over and drew the foul on Grant Williams, and he's laying on the ground pointing at Grant Williams, and you're just like, dude, he's just still trolling you. He pointed at him and said, "You're not the answer."
That's funny.
Obligatory in defense of LeBron stat that I saw is that in this series he's averaging a little better than Larry Bird's career playoff average.
Oh, I'm not going to even knock LeBron. I mean, he's 38 years old, and his team is not delivering where they should be.
Yeah,
I'm not I don't expect LeBron at this point to be the best player on his team.
no, physiologically he should not be here.
Yeah, so I'm watching this series. I've been very impressed. Like, yeah, he had an off game in game 2 where he had that missed dunk and a couple series, but
That was like
it was weird. It was just weird
like
because but yeah, I'm not going to take too much into that. This is
I think that's pure exhaustion.
yeah, they're going after Kyrie Irving. You might see maybe we see a sign
LeBron and Kyrie.
Maybe a sign and trade situation where you send D'Lo down to Dallas to play with Doncic.
So LeBron, Kyrie, and AD.
Yeah, that's the thought I have. As a sign and trade works, and it benefits both teams, and it doesn't send D'Lo into That's what's going to happen. D'Lo's not going to be there. They're going after the bigger fish.
That works.
What's that?
So if that works, my God.
Yeah, because I mean, and it'll work because then.
So really, the only time that Kyrie functioned well as a teammate was when he played with LeBron.
Yeah. It gives Kyrie a chance to maximize his earnings by re-signing and then getting traded.
Yeah, it's just, can Kyrie realize that he's not that dude?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Or that he's not. It doesn't have to be all about him.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Dude, how crazy is it going to be?
5%.
We're going to see Kevin Love in the NBA Finals, but not LeBron James
That's
or
funny.
Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, so Miami shot 56.8% from the field compared to Boston's 39.8.
Dude, they were cooking. They were absolutely shooting, throwing up fire. It was wonderful to watch.
Three-pointers were worse. It was
Oh.
54.3 to 26.2.
That
Yeah.
coach getting fired out of nowhere really fucked them up, didn't it?
Oh yeah. Well, also one thing to know is Eric Spoelstra is running a very intricate zone right now that is causing a lot of problems. Denver's not running that style of zone.
Pete, does Spoelstra not get enough credit?
I don't think there's enough credit to heap on this guy. I mean, this guy is absolutely incredible.
He doesn't get
It's
talked about as like among the best coaches.
No.
Easily, it's Greg Popovich, Eric Spoelstra. Those are your two best coaches in the NBA. Look, this year, look at the amount of undrafted talent that is propelling.
You think Steve Kerr is a little overblown?
Yeah.
Ooh,
I like Steve Kerr, but
spicy.
I think Mark Jackson laid a lot of the foundation. Like, I think that all their defensive intensity had already arrived under Mark Jackson. And I think Steve Kerr got there at the absolute right time. And I think he's a great coach. I'd say he's the third best coach. But I do think Eric Spoelstra doing it with what he's doing it with.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, he had the LeBron James years, but he's been to the finals with not a big. The supporting cast is actually worse than it is this year, I think. Because that year, Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson were rookies. You had Dragic was hurt, got hurt in the finals, but he was coming off your bench. And then, yeah, it was just Jimmy Butler and Bam was younger then.
Yeah.
I mean, the Celtics were being talked about like they were about to go on another dynasty type run.
Yeah, this is a weird Boston.
Because I'm correct me if I'm not remembering right, but I just remember that they were like hitting really well in the draft.
Oh yeah, they killed it. I mean, they
had a bunch of young talent that was going to be huge.
Yeah, their talent is awesome. Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, Jason Tatum. Those are all guys they drafted. Robert Williams, the third, another player. Great Grant Williams.
They're not getting quite what they thought they would out of them.
They're all awesome right now. It's okay. This is a core that is good enough to get to the Eastern Conference Finals with no coaching. So the people that say coaching doesn't matter, this is where it matters. The coaching will get you from an Eastern Conference Finals to the NBA Finals. And I think you're really seeing that with Mazzulla compared to Udoka from last year, who Udoka, yes, he was a first-year coach, but he was prepared. He had been, he had worked under guys at a closer level than what Mazzulla had worked under him. So it's just, Mazzulla is 34 years old, I believe. So he's the youngest coach in NBA history, coaching a team with championship aspirations. Like in this game, he had a challenge that was successful. And I mean, with how the game got away from him, you can't really blame him for doing it. But if it would have been a close game, he wasted his only challenge in the first quarter to prevent a charge being called on his team. But he'll leave the game with 2 timeouts. Like in game 2, they're down 6 points with only 10 seconds, but he took a timeout with them. You didn't think you could draw something up that could get you a 3-pointer, you get a foul, hope they miss, you get down and hit another 3. Yeah, it's like far-fetched, but I mean,
would Spoelstra have to win the finals, you think, to get more credit, or just getting there, sweep?
Sweeping Boston, getting there as an 8 seed, like, let's not forget that magnitude.
Boston.
Yeah, they are the 8 seed. They would have beaten the number 1 and number 2 seeds to get there. Yeah, they
like,
beat. They
this-
had their
Sorry, go ahead. I'm interrupting.
no. They had the Knicks in between, so that. But it's
I
just
mean, if Spoelstra was an up and coming young coach doing this with the Heat, everybody in the world would be like trying to get him away. What would be trying to sign him away?
Yeah.
Like he'd be the next giant contract coach.
absolutely Eric Spoelstra is. I mean, I don't see why more people don't get hired away from his staff too.
What seed were they? Because they went to the finals in the bubble, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What seed were they?
I want to say this 6.
And that was also Spoelstra.
Spoelstra's been there since LeBron.
Yeah. I mean, oh yeah, he's probably just getting slept on.
Yeah.
This is haters.
And I mean, even after LeBron left, you know, you would expect a team who just lost LeBron James to take a pretty significant step back. And they were still playoff contention, even dealing with the Chris Bosh blood clots, where they unexpectedly lost him. They remained at.
Decent seasons out of Wade after that, didn't they?
Yeah, they got a few consistent, but I mean, he was also. There was a reason LeBron didn't want to stay as teammates with Dwayne, because his knees had gone through a lot of damage. So
Oh,
he was getting his knees drained like every day before games and stuff in the playoffs, so he could play back to backs. So
Man.
yeah, I mean, the dude's just incredible. I feel like they'll have.
So
I feel like there was a big NFL transaction this week. I can't like somebody got signed, or I know we signed we finally got our first round pick to sign his contract.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Yeah, before we go to NFL, I just wanted to bring up this ultimate underdog story. So a fella, what is this dude's name? Hold on, I gotta find it.
Like anything that starts out with a fella.
A 46-year-old man named Michael Block. He is a golf, he's a club pro, but all he does is do for golf, PGA. All he does is gives lessons, golf lessons. Never practices. All he does is just give lessons on how to swing a club, basically. He somehow qualified for the whatever golf tournament was going on this weekend. Qualifies on, yeah, Players Club.
Players Championship. Damn.
Or championship, yeah. So he qualifies. He's playing 14th hole. He's literally standing next to Rory McIlroy. Hits a hole-in-one.
No fucking way.
That put him into 15th place, ended in 15th place, and has qualified for the next tournament because of such, and got his pro card because he got 15th place.
That's awesome.
And I think he got paid $300,000. I was
We're
like,
getting to
that's
play
insane.
around a golf.
Yeah, for playing around a golf, something that you
Be
just
around.
train people how to do, but you never actually go play holes yourself because all you do is train people how to swing a club.
That's fucking tight.
I just thought that was really neat.
That is.
So
So
let's get into the NFL. Oh, brother, where do we want to start here?
Well, I think we've talked about we want to do we're gonna pick what we think are the best 4 AFC and best 4 NFC teams.
If you want, I can give you my worst real quick.
Yeah, throw
What'd
out
you
your
do? You
worst,
did-
because last
you did
week
5.
we did
Oh,
our
yeah.
5 worst NFL teams. We didn't do from each division because it would just been the Souths. And you can only pick one out of the NFC South. Unfortunately, we did not make that rule for the AFC South, so have fun with that one.
Oh, brother, where do I start?
I didn't even realize I picked 3 AFC South.
Yeah. You also sneaky on there. You only I have the Packers listed on there, but you had mentioned the Packers, and then you also said just throw any team from the NFC South in there, but you didn't say a team's name, so the
Yeah,
Packers.
I'll commit to the Packers being bottom 5.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
So those were the
I think
five. Those were the 5 teams you said by name at some point. And Sam's, I don't know if that's what he meant. He at one point said put the Raiders in, put the Colts in, put the Commanders in. I wish I put the Titans in.
Okay, so I have your guys' list, but I have not looked at it yet.
Okay.
So I'm going into this blind.
Okay.
Cardinals.
Everybody
looking at-
has them.
Mhm.
I'm looking at a
That's-
list. I'm looking at a list of teams. I have to look at them. Otherwise, I'll forget somebody. Cardinals, Falcons. Oh, I could say Packers too. I'll wait on that one. Who's the Commanders quarterback this year?
Sam Howell.
Okay, Commanders. That's 3. Texans. Who's
Such
my
a- why did
Who's
Eric
my
have-
5th?
Oh,
Oh yeah, I forgot they have Eric Bieniemy though. That makes me not want to put the commies on there.
So wait, you said the Cardinals, the Falcons.
Hold off on the commies.
Okay. The
Texans. So I've got
Texans.
3,
Okay.
and I can only do one South team, so we'll skip past that. Although I don't know that they'll be the worst. Okay, so yeah, we'll throw on Packers, which hurts me to say. I don't want to say the commies because it'd be enemy. I'll just throw them on there.
I think that's about the only reason I didn't put the Commanders on there. I think
I didn't put them on there because of
bottom 5 teams.
I said that and the new owner. I think that there will be that whole city,
I think it turns them
the
around.
team will be
yeah.
revitalized. I think the fans will be more lively.
Could be, yeah.
I don't know. I just think that I don't think they're a
They need to
playoff
get
team.
out of
But,
that stadium too. That place is a literal shithole.
oh, absolutely. And I do think Sam Howell, he only played in one game, but he did look like a guy you want to see for a season.
Who was my 5th? Texas commies, Cards, Packers,
Commanders,
Falcons.
Falcons. Okay.
I
Yeah.
had commies on there.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So those are
Okay,
your
now that
worst.
I'm looking at your guys', they're all pretty damn close.
Yeah.
Man, don't feel bad about that Packers pick. They're
I
already
feel bad about it because I like the
already
Packers.
racing the fans for impact with Jordan Love.
I know.
Gonna need time. He's not gonna be, Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, I think they're fucked. But I mean, they do have some good young talent at receiver.
Yeah. And I think Jordan Love did show signs of improvement when he played last year compared to when we saw him the last.
Yeah,
He and a lot of those throws he was making, like I watched I don't remember who it was. It was I hope it wasn't Orlovsky because then this whole fucking thing is irrelevant. But I saw somebody breaking it down on NFL, his throws, and like he was throwing with good timing. He put the ball in the right spot under pressure. He was
Yeah.
doing good on back shoulders, stuff like that. So we'll
that's good.
see.
We'll see how he does under NFL conditions.
It was a NFL game against the Eagles.
Oh, in the games. Yeah, I mean, the couple times he's come in, he's looked pretty good.
That's what I'm saying. He looked better than he did when he started against the Chiefs, but that was his first NFL start. He was definitely not prepared to be a starter at that time.
Yeah,
So we'll see.
but he was also thrown to Devontae Adams back then too.
Yeah, but the Chiefs were lights out that day.
Oh yeah,
So but yeah, I mean all right, so
So
let's see who
bests.
the 4 best teams from the AFC are, Tim.
Oh, for 4 teams from the AFC.
You
I
get
thought we
4
were-
from the AFC, and then you're after
Not
we all do.
not necessarily the division winners, just your top 4 teams.
Yeah, they don't
Okay.
have. You can
I
pick
just did
multiple.
the 4 best, and I did 2 and 2.
Yeah.
So I gotta add 2 more.
No,
to
that's
each.
too easy.
Yeah, that would Sneaky pointed that out. That is way too easy because somebody like me has already got 2
Eagles,
of them.
Bengals, and then pick.
All right, so let's see. Looking through the
Niners.
list here. Am I starting AFC or NFC?
AFC.
AFC. I'm in no particular order. Bills, Bengals, Chiefs. One more. Who do I want it to be? Let's say
That's a tough one.
Chargers or Ravens. Ravens.
Nice, nice.
I'll give-
Sneaky.
I'll give it to you in order: Chiefs, Ravens, Bengals, and man, I think the Bills and the Jags are probably gonna have the same record, but hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna go Bills.
Bills. Bills are hard because that division might be one of them that's so good that they all
Yeah,
just
that-
beat
that-
up on
that
each other
division
so
is
much that
really bad.
so that could be 3 wins and 3 losses in your own division for the Bills.
Yeah, because I like the Pats, the Jets, like they could both be good or dog shit.
Yeah. Dolphins you're pretty sure are good if 2 is playing.
Yeah, if Tua's playing,
Yeah, I'm saying what they did develop a new helmet that's supposed to that's designed specifically for quarterbacks to help prevent quarterbacks from suffering concussions at as high of a rate as it did.
But do they help when you send them back in after a concussion?
I agree.
I go back to a quote that I was watching Real Sports 15 or so years ago when the concussion thing really blew up in the NFL.
Yeah.
And one of the doctors on there said like there's no helmet you can design to like protect your head from hitting the ground or like there's with enough force, and it's you receive more than enough force in the NFL. Like there's no helmet that can protect you from concussions.
And
Really.
I mean, we'll see with this one. I mean, that was 15 years ago. I mean, science does develop at an incredible rate and stuff. I'm not saying it is going to work, but at least it's an attempt, I guess.
Yeah, no, I feel it.
So
Gotcha.
hopefully we do see a reduce it. I hope it does work. I do think that
Just because it like in certain spots on the head, it takes so little.
yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Especially the back of the head where because that seemed to be where Tua
No
is
matter
problem.
what it is, if it's padding, it doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah. Tua also said he's been working with a jiu-jitsu coach instructor on learning how to take falls.
yeah, yeah, I've heard that.
I mean, it does sound silly, but I mean, it doesn't seem like a terrible idea.
No, it seems like a great idea for Tua because it looks like he has no goddamn idea what to do.
Yeah, yeah. So I truly hope that
Throws his head back.
yeah. He needs to tuck your chin.
Wrong.
Could have just watched any wrestling documentary. He could have gotten that training for free, just going and watching how wrestlers throw themselves on the ground. Do a back bump.
He's never been sacked before.
I know. He did play at Alabama, dude.
Hey, yeah, fair.
I mean,
Fair. And yeah, was he a quarterback when he came to Alabama?
yeah.
Was he? Okay.
I mean, he did he did get his hip injury while out at Alabama. But yeah, so
Yeah, AFC, and really, I think the Chiefs, Bengals, and Ravens are the only teams that matter.
yeah. So yeah, my teams are going to be I'm gonna go Chiefs at 1. Bengals. Because their division is so shitty, I think for a win-loss record, Jacksonville.
That's true. I mean, they're gonna get.
Uh,
They've got 6 wins off the top.
yeah, and then Baltimore, because I think like I stated, I kind of talked myself into it. I think the Bills they're not gonna have a spotless record in their own division, so it's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
They're gonna be I think they're gonna be a playoff team with how many playoff teams there are. But
Yeah.
I mean, we're really gonna find out about Jacksonville this year.
yeah, and I like the progressions that we saw. Yeah, I like the progressions that we saw from Trevor Lawrence last year.
They won the South, right?
With the
Was it? No, it was the Titans.
no, they beat the
Oh, no,
Titans in
oh, no,
the
right. Yeah, no,
because the Titans lost like their last 7 straight.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Um,
Damn you, Derrick Henry.
yeah,
Fuck my
Well,
pants.
that wasn't Derrick Henry's fault. That was damn you, Ryan Tannehill for getting hurt, and that's only having Malik Willis as the backup.
Yeah, yikes.
That was bad. And people talk shit about Lamar's throwing ability. People talk shit about Lamar's throwing ability. Fuck
That's
you.
good. That's a good point.
Fuck you. He ain't Malik Willis. Ravens fans they aren't bitching about his throwing ability. They had to watch Tyler Huntley try to throw or
That's
run.
true. That is true.
Hey, he was winning games. They're trying at the end.
He was trying, absolutely. I mean, he also had the tush push fumble
That was so brutal.
return for a touchdown.
That was so harsh, man.
That was harsh.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I
That was
didn't.
against the Bengals, wasn't it?
I
Yeah.
didn't.
Yeah, it was against the Bengals.
Would have thrown everything into chaos.
It would have been great.
Yeah.
I'd have loved it. So yeah, Tim, what are your 4
NFC.
best NFC teams this season?
All right. Eagles.
Eagle. Oh my god, I didn't write these down. We'll do a recap at the end.
I have them. I have them
This is
all.
gonna be a lot tougher.
Yeah, this one's gonna be a lot harder. Niners, obviously. Where do I go from there? Cowboys, because they're a good regular season team. They just are terrible in the playoffs, I guess. And then how about them? God, I don't want to say the Vikings because 2 teams in that division got really good. Seahawks, I guess. I like Gino.
Yeah, Gino did play good last year.
So you said Eagles, Niners, Seahawks, and who?
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
I mean, the NFC is just so hard because, like, I could switch the Seahawks out for the Lions and the Bears, the Vikings. That's really it.
I don't have a whole lot of belief in the Vikings.
Yeah, I don't either. I just don't like Kirk Cousins.
I think that was a pretty fluky year. I mean, yeah, but Kirk Cousins does the exact same fucking thing every year.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, obviously Eagles. I wonder about the Niners. I think you could see it. I think you might see a little bit of a fall off for the Niners this year.
You know what's funny is I keep seeing all these people saying the Niners will have the best record in the NFL. Doesn't matter who their quarterback is. I'm like, what are you talking about?
What if it's Josh Johnson?
Right.
No, their O line's getting really old,
And losing pieces.
losing pieces. They have no answers at quarterback. I mean, it looks like it's going to be a 3-man rotation. Like you're going to see all 3 of those dudes at some point. But
People are saying they've seen the biggest strides from Trey Lance since he worked out with Patrick Mahomes that he's had in his career.
Yeah, I heard
Yeah, I
that.
saw that too.
I've also heard that
So I mean,
it's 100% going to be Purdy day one.
well, if
But-
Purdy can grip a football,
So, but I do not think they're going to be one of the top four in the NFC. I do think the Seahawks are. I was like, I didn't think anybody was gonna say the Seahawks. I was feeling
No.
smart. I am gonna go ahead and put the Lions in there. I think the NFC North is gonna be not as difficult as it seems. Again, I don't have any belief in the Vikings. And man, as much as I want to believe in Justin Fields, I don't.
yeah.
See, that's where I am at. with
I just
them,
don't know
too.
about the Bears, and I don't, but I do agree with them keeping him over this year's crop.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think there was a sheer upgrade.
No, he deserves a chance with a little bit better team around him, which they went and got.
Yeah, they invested in protecting him.
They did really well in the offseason this year.
They killed it in the offseason. The Bears were great, so I hope
So-
that
I'm gonna hesitate putting them in a top four position just because I don't know.
I totally get it.
About Justin Fields yet.
No,
So yeah, it's Eagles, Seahawks, Lions, and
Bears. Oh my. Oh no.
the Cowboys just seem to be there every year.
They're just a really good.
They just seem
Regular
to get like
season
10 win
team.
minimum every year.
Mhm.
11. Yeah, I'm gonna go Cowboys.
Them boys.
God, do I believe the Cowboys are gonna be better than the Niners?
I don't know. Do you?
No, I'm gonna walk that back. We'll go ahead and slot the Niners in at 4. And
See?
just an incredibly terrible NFC.
I'm gonna go ahead and type piece first one.
yeah, I mean, which that one was in question because AJ Brown almost got hit by a car the other day riding his
I
bike.
shouldn't laugh at that, but
He was doing like a charity bike ride, and he was on Instagram Live, and yeah, a car almost hit him while he was on video, and he dropped his phone, so everybody thought he did get hit.
Yeah, maybe don't be on your phone while driving anything. I wouldn't
Well-
do that shit when I was on my riding lawnmower.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, luckily he did not get hit, so the Eagles are a safe pick at number 1. I do like the Lions. God
It's gonna
damn.
be such a bummer if they're bad.
I know, man. I don't think my heart can take it.
That'll make me a fucking Lions hater forever. You disappoint me this year.
Dude, no, that'll just make you somebody who rooted for the Lions. It happened to me
try
when
to
they had
be an actual
Megatron.
Lions fan.
When they had Megatron, man. I gave it my best, and they
They-
broke my fucking heart.
They had it worse than we did for years.
They had a
See,
couple of playoff teams.
it is tough because like up for the AFC, I threw the Jaguars in there because their division was so shitty. And I'm like, do I make a spicy pick and throw a team from the NFC South in there because that
What,
division is
the
gonna be
Saints?
shitty? I don't know which team to throw in because
Right.
I'm not gonna hitch my wagon to Derek Carr.
No.
Uh,
I mean,
I'm not gonna be that
best
guy.
starting quarterback out of that thing, I would say.
No, he's just the one that we know the most about.
That's true.
That doesn't
Would
mean
it-
he's the best.
That's true. That's
Wouldn't
what
it
I
be
guess I should have
hilarious for him to
rephrased
go and
that.
have, like a huge season.
What's that?
Wouldn't it be hilarious for him to go and have a huge season with the Saints?
I would love for him to, but I also
Yeah.
I don't believe in Dennis Allen either.
No, that team is no.
Who's
So,
Tampa's quarterback now?
Kyle Trask or Baker Mayfield.
Okay.
So not them. The Falcons, no.
I mean, it's really Panthers or the Saints.
And I think, the Panthers could be the best team in that division, but they're not going to be top 4 in that conference.
If the Panthers hit on their quarterback, they could be a really good team.
Yeah.
That's if they hit on their quarterback. And
I really hope they did.
if they did.
I'm going to hate throwing this one out there, but I'm going to throw the Giants out there because they are a team that was in the playoffs last year. They They brought in more receivers, which was a weak point of theirs. They're going to be playing a third place schedule because they finished in third in the division. So they have it.
Saquon just turned down an extension. I saw
Yeah.
that.
So they're still negotiating with him. But I think, yeah, this is a team that we could see be in the race for the division just because I don't think their schedule is going to be that hard.
Yeah. I think I mean the only thing you can argue there is Daniel fucking Jones.
I agree, but he did. But Brian Dable last year was able to show that he was able to get Daniel Jones to cut back on turnovers. And that was really his biggest issue.
Now he's just got to teach him how to throw touchdowns.
Or catchable fouls, but
I think
we'll see.
Daniel Jones have 15 touchdowns last year.
It wasn't good. It wasn't good.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, but I think that could be a team that, and I'm the Niners. I'm not brave enough not to put them on there. So the 49ers.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. I'm not convinced of their downfall until I see it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, congrats, we did it.
Oh, we got one more surprise
Yeah,
team.
we got surprise teams.
Oh, the surprise.
One surprise team.
So who might be a surprise? A surprise success?
I mean, okay. Fucking hell. Who do
I don't think it
pick
really
here?
counts in the AFC. I don't think it really counts for me to pick the Jets. 'Cause
I don't think that one
everybody's
counts
kinda
either.
predicting
Everyone's on
the
top
Jets.
of them, yeah. Everyone's on their nuts.
Yeah.
And this is gonna sound weird, but I think I'm gonna go with the Colts.
Hey, that's what I was thinking too.
They're in my
Um,
I know they're in my worst teams, but I think they could also be a surprise success.
I don't know that I'm gonna
Just,
pick
it's
them.
all gonna it's a lot of it's gonna hinge on Anthony Richardson. As much as I don't want to, I've got a feeling about that dude.
Yeah. I think he could be something special too.
But that feeling might just be Caleb Williams next year.
Who's yours, P?
Ah,
Still debating. This is tough. Like I've had like an hour to think about this, and
it is tough because yeah, I mean, I brought it. The surprise team is. Well, wait, we were doing one from each conference,
oh, one from each conference.
AFC and NFC.
You just
Was
made it
it-
harder.
The AFC is hard because there's a lot of teams that could be a surprise. I think the Browns could be surprising. I hate to say it, but I think the Broncos could be surprising.
I mean, you said the Colts were your surprise team, so that's your AFC team.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's hard to pick.
Yeah, no, it is.
It's such a stark contrast between the two conferences because I look at the AFC and I see nothing but potential
Yeah, I'm gonna say
teams and I see just fucking doom.
for my AFC team, it is the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I was thinking that as well.
They brought in some secondary pieces and some offensive line help, and I think those were two areas they needed to address. They also brought in Allen Robinson at receiver. I mean,
Maybe they can make him work.
he didn't do bad in Chicago or Jacksonville prior to the Rams. But he also wasn't the clear-cut number one option at LA, so
My good friend who was a Bears fan hated Allen Robinson when he was there.
I'm
He put
gonna
up
go
numbers.
Steelers as well, P. And to add on to your thing, it's it's a pretty safe bet, being as Mike Tomlinson has never gone under 500.
yeah.
Well, that's not a surprise. That wouldn't be a surprise if they just go.
But I feel like they could easily
I think
take the 1 or 2 spot if they've done enough.
in the North,
Yeah.
fuck out of here. No,
Yeah.
against
I think
Burrow and
so.
Lamar.
Look at look at the Bengals last year. They were like terrible in like the first third to half of the season. Not terrible, but They didn't have a great record.
So
They
they
did.
So if the Steelers play them early, they could
lost
get
one more game than we did.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think the
I could
Steelers
see
could be a wild
Tomlinson
card. A wild card.
outcoaching both of those teams.
And if
I could believe you like of them finishing second in that division, but there's no way they're winning that division.
I mean, what I'm saying is they could easily steal second place, and then if the right circumstances come along, they could steal first. I think that's like
I think
a lot of
98% chance of not happening, but
them winning the division would take a huge second year leap from Kenny Pickett, which
Yeah.
we have seen huge second year leaps before. Carson Wentz had a huge second year leap. You would also need TJ Watt to have another defensive player of the year type season. You would need to hit all your. They have good weapons with Deontay Johnson. But yeah, it's going to depend on if they rebuilt that secondary well enough to contain those receivers in Cincy. Because, I mean, they're definitely not short on coaching.
I mean, shit, I would love to come back and eat that take.
Yeah, that'd be a cool one. I don't disagree with
I would love to be wrong here.
No, I don't disagree with what you're saying. I'm just saying if all those things happen, I guess, yeah, I could see it.
Yeah, it would just take some major gaffes and implosions by the Ravens and Bengals.
Yeah.
yeah.
The Ravens aren't even playing a first place schedule.
No.
And that team
So.
is offensively from the outside, they're stacked.
But also one hit away from being not stacked.
Fair point.
Okay. So what's your NFC pick?
Mine's Bears.
Bears. I like it. I like it, Tim.
Because as much as I don't trust Justin Fields, they've done a lot to that team. And if they can keep him protected, who knows what he can do.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, and he's shown some spark.
Yeah,
So
second half of the season, he was really good.
Yeah, so if he can go into the season starting that way, I could see the Bears even winning that division. Like Sneak said, like we don't trust the Vikings.
No, I
You
don't
got
trust
Kirk
the Vikings.
Cousins, and
No, like, and the thing with the Vikings, like anything they do, you're just not going to believe in it.
I mean, they went.
Like that's
They had what, the second best record in the season for the NFL last year for like a long time, and
it was smoke and mirrors.
yeah,
We talked about it all season how we don't believe that. You
And
can-
then what did
as evidenced by anybody's power rankings, the Vikings were not there.
no,
no?
Even though they were running around with one loss for most of the season. Fuck out of here. Yeah, but I think the easy hot pick for surprising team is going to be the Lions, but that team would probably have to win 13 games for me to really be surprised at what they did.
Yeah.
And I already think they're probably going to win 11.
Damn.
But yeah, looking around the NFC, like the one sensible pick is the Bears to be
Yeah.
the surprise team because it feels kind of like an Eagles situation where they've like the situation the Eagles were in last year. Like they've set the table for the quarterback. All he's got to do is perform.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
Jalen went out there and fucking did that. So it kind of feels like the Bears have kind of set the table for Justin Fields here, and all he's got to do go out and do and just perform.
Just perform.
And
Right.
what's gonna be possibly a not very strong conference. Like they could win that the division. They could
Yeah.
win that.
Yeah.
Because again, I think the Packers are going to be third or fourth.
I think third. I think the Vikings are gonna finish fourth.
Yeah.
Vikings or Bears. I think if Fields doesn't do all the things that we hope he does, then they'll be right back at the drawing board.
Yeah. And really, like the only other team I even see that could surprise me, because it's not going to come from the South. Nobody's going to surprise me there.
I got one from the South as mine.
Really?
Yeah, I'm taking the Panthers.
that was on my list. but it all depends on if who's
Right.
starting.
Yeah, it comes down to somebody's got to win that division.
Yeah.
I think I don't think Bryce Young's going into a terrible situation. This wasn't the team that lost the most games last season.
No,
They
he's
had-
going into a great situation.
So obviously it'd be better with DJ Moore, but that's what it took to get you in Carolina. So you don't have that, but they have a good. I think they don't have Curtis Samuel, but they have other receivers in place. Terrence Marshall Jr. coming
Where
in.
did DJ go again?
What's that?
Where did DJ go?
He went in the trade for the number 1 overall pick to the Bears.
Oh, that's the Bears. Yeah.
Yeah, DJ Moore. But I think they have a good enough defense, and they have an actual coach now. I know that Frank Wright is not everybody's favorite coach. He's not the most exciting pick, but he's not Matt Rule.
Good point.
So
I mean,
any it could be like a Doug Peterson taking over for Urban Meyer situation. Because let me put it this way: if it weren't for Urban Meyer, Matt Rule would be the worst NFL coach in a recent memory.
oh, he's a college coach that had no idea. Like
no,
a coach who had no idea what he was getting into.
no fucking idea. So
Managing grown men is a lot different than recruiting kids.
you have to convince these people to believe you.
It's easy to lie to kids.
NFL players can see through your shit.
Yeah.
But dude, I think we did it, guys.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's go watch the penultimate episode of Barry.
Heck yeah. As always, everybody, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video.
Hell yeah.
Tim, will you send me a text with yours and Sneaky's AFC team?